roll. You can move it back and roll. Wait, nope, it's falling apart. Never mind. Hey, what's up, you guys? Artemis Prime here doing another NECA figure review on the Thor the Dark World 18-inch or 1/4 scale Thor figure. Gotta give a big thanks to NECA for making this review possible. Please check out their Facebook page, see what's coming next from NECA Toys. Link in the description below. If you want to pick up this figure yourself, you know where you can get it.
Big. Get your big badass toys at bigbadtoystore.com. Click the link in the description below.
The packaging on this thing is enormous. Like I said, it is an 18-inch figure. And measuring from the bottom of the box to the top, we're looking at 20.5 inches tall. Very, very large. I really like the design of this box. It's a cool window box. You got this kind of Thor and Mjolnir combo going on, which is a really cool design idea. I like that a lot. I like the lightning effect. There's no difference in the finish or anything. It's all just one finish. Now over here we don't see a cape, and then we have the design of his mesh for his arms and his legs actually, because he doesn't have that on his arms on this particular figure. And then on this picture of the figure, he does have a cape. It's like the box itself is the figure, so this is the cape of Thor. And then we get this bio on Thor at the back. If you want to go ahead and read about it, pause it now. Now on the other side of the packaging, another picture of Thor where he has the cape. On the top of the packaging it says Thor the Dark World, Marvel. And then on the bottom of the packaging we have a list of credits. So that's enough of looking at this cool packaging. Let's crack this figure open. Behold the mighty Thor. Just from the sheer size of him, this is a beast of a figure. I do like the way it looks overall. Right off the bat, I like the way it stands. I think he stands better than the Iron Man and the 1966 Batman figures. I really like the fabric that they chose for the cape. Very nice silky cape over here. And he does come with one accessory, which is Mjolnir. The cape is removable. I'll show you that in a little bit. Let's take a closer look at Mjolnir, and then we'll take a closer look at the figure. And here's a look at Mjolnir. Looking pretty cool. Not a bad Mjolnir. I like how this strap is made out of a pliable material, and it does have stitching detail on the inside of it, which I think is kind of strange. And then the outside of it's kind of smooth. Nice sculpted detail on this. This is all riveted, and yeah, there's the end of the hammer. Looking pretty cool. Big bulky hammer. It feels like it's kind of hollow on the inside of it, but it still has some weight to it. Nice etched designs right over here. And you can see the dry brushing. It looks like some brown dry brushing on here. Now I can't say this is a great head sculpt. There is something a little off about it. It does capture the likeness of Chris Hemsworth in general, but there's something weird about it. I can't really pinpoint it. I think the mouth or the jaw looks a little off kilter, or his eyes are a little too close together. But it's not terrible. It's just not dead on from what I think anyway. I do like how the hair came out though. It does have this really cool effect where you have all these little pieces dangling from it. So you have like 3 pieces over here, and you have these 2 sides over here. And it does have some really nice paint detail. And they did a really good job. When you look at it from the side, it actually does look a little bit more like Chris Hemi. But you turn it over here, you can see how it's all braided up and tied together and stuff. So I will say I think they did a really good job on the hair for this figure. I especially like how on the left side of the figure it looks like it's flowing to the left just a little bit. Not so much in a way where he's stuck in one pose. And the flesh tone isn't too bad either. You know, they have this nice pinkish hue to it, and it's pretty consistent throughout the figure. I really like how his armor came out. That looks great. I love the painted detail right there on those gold parts. It's not really gold, it's more like a bronze color. And the flesh tone again is pretty consistent. You have a lot of veins over here. And here we have his gauntlets, which look really nice. I like the detail involved in there. Again, nice veins on the hands, and then we have some fingernails sculpted in there along with some nice wrinkles, which make it really look realistic. Of course, the right hand holds Mjolnir, and the left hand holds nothing. It is only a fist. I like how all these little dots are sculpted around here. I think that's very movie accurate. Looks cool. Now you should expect to see a little bit of paint chipping on the flesh areas, but nothing too bad. Like right over here you can see there's some missing, but the color choice for the plastic underneath matches the flesh tone, so it doesn't really stand out too bad. And it's more likely to happen within these joints than anything else. I like how you can see the blue underneath in some of these sections. Very well detailed. He has his Thor skirt. We have some mesh right there on the side of the leg, which looks great. You can see more of that blue skirt with some gold on the trim. Looking very cool, and I like how these shin guards look and everything. And he has some pretty good looking shoes. I really do like how the feet look, and they are sturdy. I really like the cape on the inside of it. It has a much softer, flat material, and then on the outside it's a lot silkier and shiny. And as you can see, this cape is very, very wide. And thank you, Charlita One, for holding the other end of the cape for me.
My Chris Hemi.
Hey, now as shown on the packaging, the cape is removable. It's a little tricky to do, but you can pop these discs off right over here up at the top. There we go. That just pops off like so. So what you want to do is you want to dig underneath the disc right over here so you can see how the cloth goes around it. So I'm just going right here and just popping it off like that. Then you can see how these two go around here, and you can just slip the cape off like that and put these things back on, which go back on pretty easy. This is the second time I've removed those chest discs on the figure, and so far I've had no paint wear or anything like that. So it's a pretty cool look of the figure. I like it. Now there's a lot of detail over here on the back that you don't really get to see with the cape on. There's a lot of paint detail on the back of his calves over there, and yeah, just throughout the whole thing. A lot of nice detail on the figure. Again, look at that hair. Now, especially for its size, I think this figure has some pretty good articulation. The head moves up quite a bit, not too much, but you can get him looking up that much, which isn't too bad. He can look down as well. He does have a little bit of a neck pivot, which is great, and he rotates his head side to side. This is definitely a bit more head movement than I'm used to seeing for Thor figures, especially compared to Hot Toys, which cost a lot more. Now, he does have shoulders that move outward, and you can rotate them forward. He has a bicep swivel over here. He has a single jointed elbow. He rotates at the elbow as well. Dice! He has a waist swivel, no ab crunch at all, and this material right over here is actually a softer material than most of the figures. You can actually like squeeze it, feel it's kind of squishy over here. He does have the DC-UC gaping crotch pits, so you can move the legs outward that much. You can rotate the legs forward. They don't move too much, but pretty good, and they can move back a little bit too. He does have a thigh cut right over here. He has double jointed knees that bend in very far. He does have some boot rotation, so you can see that. His ankles move down just a little bit. They move up pretty well, so good ankle movement over there. You can rotate them side to side, and he does have a good ankle pivot. Like I mentioned earlier, I think they did make a big improvement on these ankle joints. These are a lot better. So this being a 1/4 scale figure, Thor stands at about 20 inches tall. This is him next to the Hot Toys Avengers Thor figure. Wow, very large Thor we're looking at. One thing that's kind of strange to me is that this NECA figure actually delivers more in articulation than the Hot Toys figure. And here's our 1/4 scale Thor compared to our 1/4 scale Iron Man with his chicken legs. I don't really think these figures work in scale too well together. I think Thor should be a bit taller. And here's Thor compared to our 1966 Batman figure, and they stand the same exact height. And here he is next to the itty bitty big time letdown Spider-Man. So that pretty much wraps up my review, you guys. I think this is a cool figure. I really like the weight to it. It is a hefty figure. I feel like NECA has made some improvements, so I'm glad that they're acknowledging some of the complaints that we've had before with the other figures. I'm not really happy with how the face sculpt came out, and some of the joints on the arms do get loose somewhat easy. Those are my gripes, but I think it's fun to pose. It's easier to stand, much easier to stand, and overall it does look cool. So if you're a Thor fan, I would totally recommend getting this figure, or if you're trying to complete your NECA 1/4 scale Avengers set, which is going to look cool. I can't wait for that. I have to pick myself up the Captain America figure. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my review. Please stick around for the slideshow and check out more photos at marvelousnews.com. Hit the like button if you liked the video, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
That's crispy.
Whoa!